Hey everyone, so today we are going to actually answer the question once and for all, which is better, Wix or WordPress.org? Because if you're at step 0 of building your website, it is crucial to choose the right platform. It can literally make or break your site. We'll run it all down tip to tail, and by the end, you will know exactly which one fits you better. And there's also some ways to make WordPress.org so much easier than it might seem, particularly if you're using Hostinger for hosting. So we'll get into that as well. All right, let's talk about Wix first, because honestly, this is where most people start, and for good reason. Wix is kind of like the everything in one box version of website building. You get hosting, templates, a drag and drop editor that feels as simple as decorating your phone background. You just click, move things around, and your website literally takes shape in front of your very eyes. No code, no setup headaches, no scary screens that make you feel like you accidentally hacked NASA. That's what makes Wix so appealing. It's fast, visual, super beginner friendly. You don't have to worry about updates or security or any of the behind the scenes techie stuff. It's all handled for you. It's kind of like using Canva, but instead of designing a flyer, you're building an entire website. You pick a template, tweak it however you want, or start from scratch if you're feeling creative. You want to move a button? Drag it. You want to change the font or color? Click it. Want to add a photo? Just drop it in. It really is that simple. For smaller projects, Wix absolutely shines. Personal portfolios, restaurant menus, small business pages, maybe even a little online store if you're selling a few products. All totally doable. You can make something that looks professional without ever touching a single line of code or paying someone else to do it for you. But you probably saw this one coming. All that convenience comes with limits. You're kind of locked into Wix's system. You can't just pick up your website and move it somewhere else later on. They've got an app marketplace for extra features, but you are still stuck with what Wix allows you to do. It's like renting a furnished apartment. You can move the furniture around, hang up some pictures, make it feel like home, but you can't knock down a wall or build a new room. You are still living in someone else's space. And yet, technically, you can move from Wix to WordPress later, but it's not a smooth process. You will end up rebuilding a whole lot of it just because Wix does not make exporting easy, like at all. So Wix is great if you want something quick and simple that looks great right away. But once you start wanting more control, flexibility, more freedom, that's when it starts feeling a bit cramped. All right, now let's switch gears and talk about WordPress.org, because this is where things really open up, and also where people start to get confused. There's actually 2 different versions of WordPress. There's WordPress.com and WordPress.org. They sound the same, they are totally different beasts. WordPress.com is the hosted version. That means they handle everything for you. Hosting, security, updates, all that stuff. It's simple and convenient, but there's a catch. You don't get full control unless you pay for one of their higher tier plans. And you can't always install your own plugins or use custom themes unless you upgrade. WordPress.org, on the other hand, is the self-hosted one, the one most people are actually talking about when they say WordPress. It's free software that you install on your own hosting provider, and it's used by millions of websites around the world for a reason. Think of it like cars. WordPress.com is like leasing one. It's easy, everything's maintained for you, but you can't exactly customize much. WordPress.org is like owning your own car. You can change the tires, upgrade the engine, paint it neon green if you want. It's completely yours to mess with. That's the beauty of it. It's total freedom. You want to add a shop later? You can. Want to start a blog, add a photo gallery, or make a members only section? Totally doable. There are thousands of free themes and plugins that help you build almost anything you can imagine. And here's the best part, you own it. You can move your site anywhere at any time. That flexibility is why WordPress.org powers more than 40% of the entire internet. Now, before you start thinking, okay, this sounds a little too technical for me, relax, you do not need to code. Most people never touch a single line of code. You just use themes and plugins, click install, and your site instantly transforms. Sure, you'll get the occasional pop-up saying something like, there's a new plugin update available, but that's literally just one click, okay? You are not rebooting the internet every time. If you ever decide to sell products, there's a free plugin called WooCommerce that basically turns your WordPress site into a full online store. It's simple to use, works perfectly with Hostinger, and gives you total control over your own shop. So yeah, WordPress.org, all about freedom, control, and growth. The only thing you really need to get it running smoothly is a good host, which brings us to the next part. And this is where beginners usually start sweating. Okay, but what about hosting? Relax, hosting, it sounds technical, but it's just the place where your website lives. When someone types in your domain name, your hosting provider's server shows them your website. That's literally it. Years ago, setting up hosting was an absolute nightmare. You had to install WordPress manually, mess with different databases, and pretend you understood what MySQL actually meant. These days, it is one click. Not a joke, one click. That's why I always recommend Hostinger, because they have made the hosting setup ridiculously easy. If at any point you want to check out Hostinger for yourself, I put a direct link to their site in the description, and you can even use my coupon code SITESTARTERS for an additional 10% off on any deals available right now. Just a quick heads up though, that link is affiliated, so if you use it, we may earn a small commission that really helps support the channel. So Hostinger basically gives you all the freedom of WordPress without the technical headaches that used to come with it. When you sign up, you can install WordPress in one click. It automatically does the setup for you. Their dashboard, called HPanel, is super clean and beginner friendly. You're not digging through weird menus or guessing what things mean. And if you're wondering about the domain part, no worries. Hostinger lets you register a brand new domain during signup. And it's actually free for the first 3 months on most plans. If you already have a domain somewhere else, you can just connect it. It's like pointing your name tag to your new house. It's super quick, super easy. They even have a step-by-step guide. Now let's talk about performance, because speed matters. I've actually tested Hostinger myself and got an average load time of 0.60 seconds and uptime of 99.96% over 10 weeks. That is insanely fast for a host that starts around $3 a month. To put that in perspective, by the time I finished this sentence, a Hostinger site would have loaded 20 times. So yeah, speed ain't an issue here. They've got servers all around the world, the US, UK, Singapore, France, Brazil. I think there's like India, Australia. It means that your site loads fast no matter where your visitors are. You also get a free SSL certificate, which gives your site that little padlock icon and makes it secure. Plus automatic weekly backups, or daily if you're on a higher plan, and built-in malware protection. So you don't have to worry about data loss or hackers. And their support team has been really great as well. They're available all day, every day through live chat, and they usually respond in a few minutes. There's no phone line, but the chat team's pretty patient and actually helpful. They're used to walking beginners through things one step at a time, and if you ever decide to cancel later, nothing bad happens. Since your site's built on WordPress.org, you own it completely. You can move it wherever you want. You are never locked in. Okay, before we wrap this up, we do have to talk about the money, because the pricing model's completely different here. Wix is what I'd call an all-inclusive subscription. If you just want a personal site with your own domain and no ads, you're looking at the light plan, which is around $17 a month. But if you want to sell products or accept payments, you have to jump up to the core plan, which is roughly $29 a month. It's not the cheapest, but remember, you're paying for the convenience of having the hosting, security, and updates all handled for you. Now, with WordPress and Hostinger, since the WordPress software itself is totally free, you're actually only paying for the server space. And if you use the link below, Hostinger's premium plan will start at around $2 a month for the first 4 years. That gets you your free domain and everything you need to start. Now, to be totally transparent, that is an introductory deal. When it renews, the price will go up to around 11 or 13 bucks a month. But even at that price, it's still cheaper than Wix's entry-level plan, and you get way more flexibility. All right, so if you just want something quick and easy, like low effort, maybe a personal page or a small business site, Wix is perfectly fine. It looks good right out the box and it doesn't take long to set up. But if you want more freedom and the ability to grow and add more features, or just actually have full control over your own site, WordPress.org is the better choice. And when you pair it with Hostinger, you basically get the best of both worlds. All the flexibility and power of WordPress with the simplicity and support of a hosted platform like Wix. You don't need to code, and you don't need to stress over setup. And you definitely don't need a big budget to make it happen. So to wrap it up, if you just want to build something quick and simple, Wix will absolutely get the job done. But if you want to actually own your own site, have the freedom to grow it and not hit a wall every time you want to add something new, WordPress.org is the way to go. Pair it with Hostinger and you got a setup that's fast, reliable, and beginner friendly, the best mix of simplicity and control you'll find right now. I dropped all the latest deals and discounts down below if you want to check them out. And if you're still not sure which one fits what you're trying to do, drop a comment and tell me which kind of site you're building, and I would be happy to help you out. If you're a brand and you'd like to work with us or sponsor a future video, just reach out using the email in the description below. If this helps, hit like, maybe subscribe for more videos just like this, and share it with someone who's trying to decide between these two platforms. It might save them a headache or two. Thanks for hanging out with me, and until next time, take care.